When I woke up this morning, I was like 90% certain I was going to drop out because I could barely move. My back was so tight yesterday's round, and this morning on top of the back pain, I woke up with a bit of a cold, so I sound a bit raspy. So I was like, maybe I just drop out, and pulled it together. So I did everything possible, from acupuncture to massage gun to stretching to painkillers, just so I can be able to walk this pretty challenging track.
Got tired of playing bad, so really took the time to prepare this off week, especially with Champions Cup coming up, and really just wanted to get back in form, and so it's good to see the results kind of paying off.
You just kind of had to run with it and grind it out in the moment out there, and I feel like the most important part of the day was like those 25-foot putts, and I think I made all of them. All the important ones, like to save par and stuff like that, so it's a pretty solid round. I'm happy with it.
Really, if I just pulled myself together yesterday after hole 15, I should be in a pretty comfortable lead right now. Frustrating to think about, but that's stuff you just can't think about. Everything in the past is in the past. Gotta look forward. I'm just stoked to be back on lead card, it looks like tomorrow. I think I got that locked down.
Down the stretch there, I kind of found it a little bit. Birdied 4 out of the last 5, I think. Or 3 of the last 5, some of that. Hopefully, going into those finishing holes, I can have a couple stroke lead maybe, and then close it out with some birdies.
Ready to hunt down the title tomorrow and defend?
Yeah, that's the goal. You know, I'm definitely still there in contention, so hoping I can put together a really hot round tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to the 2024 Jonesboro Open final round front 9 coverage here on Jomez. BigBarri commentary bringing you the conclusion of this event, and we have a very tight leaderboard here with some of the best superstars in the sport.
Yeah, I couldn't draw it up any different if I had a dream card. Like Isaac Robinson, who at this point last year was just playing phenomenal golf, absolutely phenomenal. We got AB, who's just on a tear. Calvin, somehow doing it without a sidearm out here, just being as consistent as you possibly can. And I mean, who doesn't like watching Simon?
I mean, it's a lot of the fan favorites. I mean, Matty O, if we had a fivesome.
Right.
There you go. That's like as good as it gets. But yeah, we have a very challenging wind direction, very gusty, very similar direction in some holes from round 2. So the practice that these guys got in the second round should pay off in some ways for preparation going into the final round. But sometimes the gusts are up in the 40-mile-an-hour range, and you just don't know what a disc is going to do sometimes when it's blowing that hard. So it's going to be certainly a factor as these guys are hunting the title.
Yeah, and especially on a very undulated course. As soon as the wind picks up, it's coming down, shooting up, it's lifting discs, dropping them. It's very swirly.
Changing directions, going around corners and through tunnels.
Yeah.
Hole 1 is a great case for that. I mean, it's just a huge downhill shot, 520 feet into this tight gap here, elevated basket. Even if you throw it close to the basket, you still have a tough putt as that wind is going to be coming through that tunnel. I'm going to start off the coverage with a chase car check-in with Ezra Aderhold. That must be an insanely overstable disc going into the headwind down the hill and flexing a beautiful drive.
Wow. Just outside the circle.
What a bonus birdie this would be to start the round. And it is in.
What a putt. Even with that putt, you see how it kind of just lifted out of nowhere and then held that line? That's something you're going to see all day. Here's Isaac Robinson. Now, obviously, these guys are getting there 5 minutes before, so they're pretty close to seeing those shots. Curious if they saw, maybe Ezra's line to make sure that you're checking to see what the wind's doing to different discs. That's a smart thing. That's something that I did.
I think getting to the tee pad 20 minutes early was a really good idea for these guys.
Look at this shot.
This is getting hammered down, and that's going to come up just short. That's going to be out of bounds. And that you can see that right there. That disc was in a decent height.
I loved it out of his hand.
Yeah, and he's sitting there just like, man, that's just what happens sometimes. I did like Ezra's play, though, out wide with something very overstable with Anheuser. Maybe he's going to take a different approach here, go forehand.
Oh, man, this is good again.
Just gets there so fast. That is incredible. To get pin high on a 500-foot hole with a forehand. Maybe he's just a little short, but...
From Safety Harbor, Florida, Calvin Heimburg.
I think Isaac, if he doesn't catch those limbs, he's probably safe.
I think so, too. Yeah, absolutely he is. That definitely slowed him down considerable margin. This
is gonna
so good.
Go in, I guess.
So good. Unbelievably good. Unbelievably
Is
good.
that? Closest anybody ever got today. Guaranteed.
He's like a strength trainer and an artist at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Watch this follow flight. Heiser flip. That takes some power. Oh. Come on, a ride with me.
Follow flight Mike, you're drunk, dude. That is crazy line. Wow. Bullseye.
And please welcome to the tee from Germany, Simon Lizotte.
The roar is just
A little different.
almost a little bit louder than it was for everyone else, I feel like. It's the Simon effect.
Is it stay? Oh, this is great too. Just missed the limbs. He does.
Wow. 2 inside the circle on hole 1 in these conditions. Very impressive.
Yeah, didn't know that about Simon in the first round, struggling with an injury.
I mean, if you're as Isaac throws his approach, this is a little overturned. Oh, that's going to be a tricky putt for the par. I mean, for the bogey, excuse me. But if allergies get you, this is not the place to be. You stay inside. The wind, it was really making a lot of people out there sneeze and cough.
Ooh, and we're used to seeing him make
boy.
those the last few tournaments. First hole, big steppers.
Yeah, he's got a long way coming back for the par.
What a putt.
Very good.
Big putt. You can't be doubling the first hole when you got Calvin 2 feet.
I like what he said, though, starting the beginning of the round. Just tired of not playing well. So he changes preparation. Get back to what we used to see, what we're used to seeing of him.
Wow.
That's
Well,
clutch.
I guess that is a good way to start.
Sure.
Airball the 50-footer to make a 35-footer.
Well, what I like about it is that he was aggressive and it didn't affect his confidence on his second putt. So I really like it.
That's what you're going to see. That's a good putt. He misjudged the wind, but how do you know?
Easy to do.
It was right on line.
Yeah, he nose up. He kept it low. He predicted the lift. It just lifted more than he wanted. So Calvin's going to get up here and just dunk in one of the 7 birdies on the day.
Wow.
I want to give a little shout out real quick to Andrew Fish, who birdied hole 1 all 3 rounds.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. Ezra on hole 3 here.
Okay.
Dropping a little dime.
That's a good start.
That's to go 3 for 3. That's a great start, actually. It's incredible.
Oh, right. I didn't see hole 2. We didn't show 2. So, he's got them all to start in this wind.
This is crazy. That drive by Calvin.
And with the bogey from Isaac and the par from Anthony and the birdie from Calvin, we got a little switcheroo at the top.
We see what's possible right there on the leaderboard. You see Matt Oram coming in with an 11 under
That's
par,
just
which is
unbelievable.
It is fantastic round. Exactly. Hole 2, par 3, 360 up the hill. Screaming headwind. Anheuser off the left side, bend it in, slide it up the hill, or try to crash the limbs, or just go right in front of it.
How many times have we seen Matty O finish with his round before the lead card even starts theirs?
And just he's a top 10 machine.
Yeah, he just finds a way. You just can't hold him down. Calvin in a similar spot to where we saw him make a putt yesterday on chase card. This is going to be heading way left.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst we've seen so far.
Yep.
On the whole.
I'm shocked to not see Anthony go forehand. It's just the play if you have the power he has on this hill. Do you not agree?
No, I think it's a optimal play if you have the distance. This is a good shot.
And that's not as, I mean, you can throw a backhand better than that, but that's so hard to keep the disc on that hillside with the right to left slope into this headwind. The forehand just fights against the wind and the hillside the whole way.
This looks fantastic, but I doubt that it's going to be in the circle.
You're right.
It looked
But it's
great.
close. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just so hard to get the disc to sit there.
Yeah, you got to bend it. Anthony from 80. That's far if he's not getting it there.
Yeah. And he's not laying that up.
No.
I can tell you that. Similar range to his bogey putt on 1, but this one comes up short and will be a par for Isaac.
Looked like a good bid, just didn't stay up in that headwind. A little left-right cross, maybe. Seen Calvin make a few of these already on this hole. Oh, no. That's not a good sign. Calvin starts getting the nose down and the little wobble.
Did that hit a branch on the way through?
It might have.
It's hard to say if it was perfectly clean. And Simon, you're gonna pay the price for that one.
Not bad.
It certainly looked like it had the initial energy to roll down the hill. And that's a little bit more like it.
One stings.
Yeah.
Well in the circle, best drive of the group. Everybody's missed.
And
momentum.
Two putts in the circle to start the round for Simon. But he has missed. And
yeah,
nothing's easy. I mean, you got to keep your disc 20 feet in if you want to have any guaranteed results in the green. And still sometimes even that's not close enough.
It's hard to count hole 1 as like a big time in the circle miss because he's circle's edge on the knee.
Sure.
And it's 100 feet in the sky.
That's the thing
but
I don't like about the circles. I mean, like not all
real.
circle putts are made the same.
Yeah.
But they all count the same on statistics. What's the wind going to do for these guys today, Paul?
I mean, it's definitely raging from left to right and switching then back to right to left. And then it's a headwind. So it depends on what time they are going off.
Yeah, for sure.
There's going to be wind. You're hoping for a little drift of left to right because then you can get it out left wide and swing it in. It looks like it's a right to left crosswind, which is going to be so hard for the backhand.
This would be a primo birdie if Calvin
It looks
gets
like
this.
he's done it. Honestly,
That is primo. That is so tough to do. Fighting against the wind.
Yeah.
And getting around that corner. That's awesome.
So they want to. It looks like tail for Anthony now, and this I like this. Oh, too tight. I don't like that. Wow. So Simon got a good read from Calvin.
Oh, man.
I mean, that is so good, but look at this.
Yeah, still outside the circle. 40 feet away. It's hard to get that disc continuously turning. This hole, as wide open and as simple as it feels compared to some of the holes we play on tour, is just, it's deceiving. It's a tricky little hole. You want to keep it tight to these trees, but if you hit the trees, then you're going to get pulled into the rough, and you don't want to do that. But if you go a little bit too wide, then you find yourself 40 feet away in an elevated basket. So it's hard to get it right, even though it feels like it shouldn't be.
Sure. With that being said, what is it, the third easiest hole on the property?
Fourth. Simon.
That was a good bid right there. It looks so good. Could have caught. All right, Isaac. Oh, no. Tough basket to put on.
I would just say go ahead and don't like expect to see the best putting round of your life if you're watching this right now. It's not fair to expect that. Good putt from Calvin, though. Very good putt and great birdie.
Great birdie. Shout out to Raven Newsom, who I watched throw this one in on one shot.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
I was on the tee on hole 5. I saw the shot. Go right in.
Big forehand, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it just looked tight.
Yep.
I even said, get in. And then it went chink. And I was like, wow.
Good for you, Raven Newsom. Yeah, I would have not seen that. Let's get back to Ezra, who got his first par on hole 4. And look at this late turner. It's going to go too straight. Well, no, it's going to get caught up in the tree, and he's left with, 20 feet. That's playing the backstop effectively.
Yeah, that's not a bad play.
It really isn't. I mean, it's not like it's easy to just intentionally hit a small bush from 390 feet away, but he did. And he made the putt. He is 4 down through 5. What a start for Ezra.
I like that line because you can kind of drive it into the ground. My anti-skipper might go in the bushes.
Moving on to hole 4, 750 feet through the tight window here. The object is to somehow get past this tree in the fairway on the right, giving yourself a wide enough angle on that right side to get around this tree here at the corner, over this hill to the blind basket that slopes down and to the right. You got to be careful coming into the green because it can be pretty quick, and there's actually OB Pond to the right. Very specific hole, though. You have to get 2 shots perfectly right. And that's one of the 2 shots.
Yeah. See ya.
It's hard to say see ya after what we saw AB do yesterday. That being said, he turned that monstrous drive into a 5. So if he can get a good tee shot off here, he will not.
Now, we did say nobody could get up to the bucket from down there. And I'm being greedy because I wanted him to do that to see if he could do it.
Oh, and
if there's anybody,
his disc is actually underneath the tree. He does have a run up, so we'll see what he's able to do from down there. Yeah, I like what you're going with.
Yeah.
Simon with a good drive out left. Isaac goes a little bit straighter, gets kind of hammered by the wind up and down.
Good skip.
And the result's really nice. Okay.
Oh, not the best run.
Yeah, he's got the low ceiling scent.
He got it turned.
Scent.
Oh, man.
Scent.
Where is that?
Oh, brother, that is so good.
I knew it.
Man needs to be tested for PEDs, man. That is some crazy stuff.
No.
Yeah, that was so close, but that's what you know, Isaac knows that that's the hand you're dealt. When you play that right side, you just aren't going to get all through every time.
I like this angle better if it's right enough because of the skip fact. That's okay. He's got another one of his little Simon putts he's had on every hole.
Hopefully he can make one of these and get on the board.
But that Spikeiser, I feel like, has a better chance to plinko and not hit and fly forward. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see here with Calvin's. And it also kind of gets smacked down.
You know what I mean? If it's flying and it hits those, it has a chance to penetrate forward.
It can
but
kind
on
of get
a Spikeiser, it just kind of falls.
A putt for birdie is what AB just missed.
He went deep.
Bizarre. really, really crazy that you could somehow manage a birdie putt after that tee shot.
Well, there's like 2 guys that could.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
That looked so good. Wow. Getting the ceiling right underneath that that hanging branch. Incredible.
When Calvin starts making putts and then rocking back and forth in his strut,
Yeah. Well,
that is scary.
you usually see that at this property. He does well here in Arkansas. So, yeah. He's like, okay. Nothing easy today.
So close. Oh, you dirty, dirty devil.
That's just not a cool thing.
Have another one.
Yeah, that's not on him.
Nope.
It's just not on him. That he
Great bid from a tricky
great
spot.
bid. Yeah. Hit on the away from the downslope side of the basket as well, you know?
Yeah.
That's a tough break.
Copperhead.
There you go. They did tell us that some of the snakes were out yesterday. I didn't see any this week, fortunately.
I saw one today.
Doesn't bother me to see a snake, but I'm definitely not trying to deal with a copperhead while I'm trying to play disc golf, that's for sure.
Scaly.
Hole 5, par 3, 360. Kind of a low ceiling for the shot that the players are going to be trying here, throwing into the ground right here to try to counter skip with their backhands, turning around the corner. It's a left to right headwind, so the forehand play, which you're not going to see from any of these guys anyways, would get the big skip down the hill. So the backhand is a great play for this wind right now. Calvin playing the wind perfectly. This looks
It needs
really
to
fast.
Go in.
Yeah.
It was so good
it
that
tried.
it's just barely out of the circle.
Yeah.
That even stopped a
It
little.
tried to grab, didn't it?
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah. A lot to like. Slow down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good.
That is so well controlled through that angle. Continuously turning around the corner.
Oh, boy.
These guys know what they're doing with this shot.
Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, those are long, but just to even get that shape.
I like the whole thing we say a lot on here. To save the world, who do you got on this hole?
I think Calvin's backhand with that eagle, I think you gotta like it.
I agree.
I think it just
All of these guys just threw great shots, by the way.
because the play is to bury it into the ground, and that's what Calvin's play is on most shots, whether it's the optimal play for the hole or not.
Look how windy it is. Can Calvin find another?
Oh, good effort.
Very good putt. I don't like that comebacker, though.
No. Great drive for AB. Picks up the birdie, and it's his first of the round.
Good one to get when the rest of the lead card doesn't. Great one.
Mm-hmm. Calvin
looks good.
Yeah, he looks unbothered right now. It's a scary thing for the field to see. Okay, we've got Albert Tam sighting Going forehand skip low. This could get some chains. Oh, it gets basket and almost goes in the backside. And of course it rolls away. Unbelievable. And it's getting the speed wobbles now. That's what you see in the desert.
And he doesn't even know he hit the top.
Ezra having to go spike hyzer over the top. And
Nice.
yeah, oh yeah, sits down backside of the bullseye. And Albert just laying up after that horrible roll away. And Ezra's trying to make it 5 of the first 6. He is on fire. Riding that momentum.
Good.
His incredible performance a couple weeks ago in Houston. Once again, he is putting together a solid front 9. A couple weeks ago, he went 8 down on the front 9 to give Anthony Barela a run for the title.
We just saw what you got to do. Well, if you want to get in position to try to make it and roll away. But in order to do that, just throw a hyzer to here. Don't get tricky. Throw a hyzer to here. Throw your most stable disc, hyzer to there, and then you'll be able to figure it out. I think Calvin's going to try to go a little early inside. Same with Isaac, but you can't control that right now. Hit the gap, get in the gap, turn over. Little sidearms in, but just hit the gap. Like, this is maybe going too far. No, perfect.
I love it. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's perfect.
Yeah. You never know with him.
Yeah.
Right? This whole card, you never know if,
You
like,
went so
okay,
slow into it.
is this going to be zipped or what?
I kind of want to play a practice round with AB here on this hole next year and just see nothing. You know, the World Championship's on the line. This is the last hole. How close can you get to the basket?
Oh, hit the gap, Calvin. I said.
Now, that's not going to be a place where his backhand is going to be able to save him.
I think that's a product of what we were talking about, of trying to go early so he has the easier shot.
Right.
See, Isaac in the same predicament, but he can throw the sidearm when
If he
needed.
needs, if he absolutely needs to. And it's not even a bad forehand when he wants it. How much hyzer Simon has to put on that. Hedwin was making this shot not as easy as it usually is.
Right. So this is just going to be a play to circle 2 with the best.
At best.
The best possible shot.
I don't even think there's any need to try to get aggressive enough to get to circle 2. But hey, he is keeping it tight. But yeah, that's
pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't see him running that, though.
Look at this.
Okay, over the top. Just go run and catch it, Simon. It's incredible.
It's like 12 feet. Everybody's just clapping.
He legitimately could have caught that.
Oh yeah. That's so funny.
Oh, it might be the funniest shot I've ever seen on coverage.
And AB doing the low skipper, but that's what happens. Skip steep. Gotta hug it tight.
With this headwind, I don't think the backhand really plays. You just got to throw the forehand into the hill. Trust the skip.
I even think the skip shot's not good right there. I think you have to go high in that win.
Well, Simon trusts his forehand. Don't roll.
Oh, it thought about it.
It tried so hard.
See, he was close. He was close to having a little putt-ski there.
Yeah. Isaac off the band.
Had a lot of zip on it.
AB, another opportunity to grab a stroke on the entire lead card. He steps into it just off the... Oh, no! And it's the exact opposite. He's going to be losing a stroke unless he can hit this one from back edge of C2 into the headwind. I mean...
He's outside C2.
Wow. Hole 6 showing it has some teeth today. What a brutal change of event. Or turn of events.
Did this one change to mid-pack, or was it still the easiest?
It's still the easiest hole in the course.
Look at this.
But I am surprised to see that 51% of the field grabbed a birdie. Oh my goodness, that took every bit of the basket to hold on.
Almost blew back to him.
Yeah, I think this was a day, I think, where the wind was a lot calmer in the morning rounds and got progressively gustier throughout the day.
Yeah, it's very possible.
I can't see the entire field birdieing this hole in these conditions as windy as it is right now. We've got our first check-in here with Ben Calloway, who's at 18 under currently. A very good drive and a good approach as well.
Overstable.
Gotta watch out for the overstable into this hillside, but I like
the angle, yeah.
The angle is good.
Sketch.
Just, he needed like 6 inches more of height. Is he running this putt? Yeah, that's the scariest putt to have. And now he's outside the circle, coming back up the hill, and
yeah, that might be one that you might want to lay up.
yeah, we'll see.
Especially with the great start that he had.
Yep. But you know, chase card, you just have to continuously bring the pressure, you know, and
he is.
He's trying his best. He's trying to birdie every single hole. I mean, he knows that AB and Calvin and Simon and I mean even Isaac has the great angles to battle the wind. Oh boy, why show me this again? That was amazing.
You got to admit though, you got to lay that putt.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
A prince of southern royalty was born for plastic stone. There's nothing more that you can do.
Well, this is the hole that we just saw. The tee shot with, it's kind of like a left to right tail, but it's so swirly in this, between these two hills. 655 feet, but really it comes down to get across, get in bounds, throw a safe tee shot on the tailwind side, but hopefully you're within 20 feet because you do not want the putt that we just saw Ezra left with.
Left to right crosswind, not the hardest one to get over. Actually one of the easier conditions as long as you don't take on that tree.
And Calvin hits it, and just like every other shot that's ever hit that tree, he falls OB.
Yeah, it's bizarre to me. I think you can throw hyzer at the right side and for sure get over. You know? Like, you don't have to outthink the room here.
Yeah. I will say it wasn't the same wind that we had in round 2. It was a lot trickier at this time of day.
Yeah.
And we were seeing some drives turning over, playing tricks on the guys off the tee.
That's fine, but you aim that shot through the stuff on the right. What happens, Jerm?
It's a lot closer to the basket than he is now.
This guy just goes over that tree typically. Is it gonna hyzer out? No. Oh my.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a play for the green. Like AB gets down the hill and he'll have a putt up the hill.
This is so
I think
right here. He has to take it so far back. He's throwing a turnover.
This is an 11 out of 10 difficulty.
Yeah.
A 4 here would be all-timer save.
Oh.
Calvin, you filthy man.
Gross.
What a shot.
Watch this disc dance.
That is just absurd to even have any look at all.
That's not possible.
Oh,
Yeah. Golf clap.
unreal shot.
That's it. Not making it easy on himself.
I
That's
don't.
good.
I didn't hate the angle coming out
Me
of his
neither.
hand. It just didn't quite react the way he'd like. Like, see, that was very similar with Isaac. Now he's left with that scary putt. A little bit closer than than what we saw with Ezra. Maybe he's got to look for eagle.
Yeah, there you go. Don't be a greedy guy. I can't help but think he hit limbs.
Yeah, sure. I mean, oh boy. Oh boy.
So these are the best putters in the world, and the wind out here is making them look not like that, but I promise they are still.
Yeah. Just sick of it. Doesn't even want to spend a second thinking about it. I don't blame you.
Like this putt right here, 8 out of 10 difficult.
Yeah, maybe more.
Yep.
What a
And
delivery.
And that's just like,
Simon's so
that's a
good.
bonus putt
Yeah, it is.
from 31 feet.
I like his putt for that win, though, with that nose up, slight
yeah.
hyzer release. It just kind of, it's like a gentle helping wind into the basket. That is an insane par save. Absolutely stellar.
And this is not a gimme because you hit those chains in these winds, and it's not a guarantee. Middle is not a good spot to hit here. Just over the rim is what you want.
Just over the rim, slightly right off the pole.
That's great, yeah. Which is what these guys are aiming. These guys are good enough in that headwind. They are not aiming middle. They're aiming an inch over the rim.
Yep. Well, birdie for Simon, birdie for Anthony. I mean, effectively a birdie for Calvin. I mean, he just saved a huge stroke there with that incredible third shot.
Yeah, that was a great reaction from Simon. You don't see people fist pump.
Inside 30 feet.
Exactly.
And excuse me. Isaac, 2 over without a birdie thus far. The wind is just cracking him right now.
Yeah, and through 7 holes, Anthony, 1 under.
Yeah. Wow.
That's not the recipe for success out here. We see Ezra getting it done. Matteo came in, got it done.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin's doing Calvin things.
Well, I hope he doesn't do Calvin things on this hole because we've seen enough of the bucket rollaways. I don't think there's a harder wind for this hole than what we have today. The outside gap is so tricky. The inside gap gets pushed to the right side of the fairway. Doesn't seem like anything really wants to work for you.
No,
Everything's
throw
just going to
stable,
lift.
yeah.
Yep. Because the wind's, you have to throw the disc with a slight nose up going up the hill. And as soon as that nose angle is introduced to the wind, it just is going to pick it up.
Yeah, you got to throw a disc that has a mid stability. As soon as it gets that nose up, it turns.
Look at Calvin. That was crazy. Just immediately helicoptered straight up.
Yeah, he hit a branch. Little branch.
Yeah. Well. And see, this is just pushing it straight into the woods. A good result, honestly, just to be able to have an easy 3, but there's almost no way to even run the putt from underneath those limbs. This isn't where Calvin's used to trying to save his 3. He's used to trying to save it from down in the woods after hitting the bucket and then rolling away. So this is a new place for Calvin.
And not an easy feat. Don't hit the bucket now. Oh, stay away from that thing.
Stay away. That was a great shot. I think it was completely blind as well. Not because he couldn't see the basket, but because he's not wearing a hat and the sun was just right in his eyes.
Sit. Stressful.
good layup. Well, you might be able to generate some nose up run.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Looks like we'll see 4 pars. $22 birdies on the day, and I got to re-emphasize, not many of them were birdied in that wind.
Yeah.
That wind, it was so difficult. Got Ben Calloway on the tee going tight forehand. Gonna get a counter skip off this hillside? Sure does. And gets the near bullseye. Great drive.
Very good.
Gannon Bird trying to match that shot. Looks similar, a little shorter. Gonna get the big skip down the hill.
Very good. Love it.
Oh, that was close. Wow. You see the difference between Ben's shot and what Gannon and Ezra threw there. Gannon and Ezra hit the downslope, and so it got the big skip.
Right.
Ben played it perfectly where he hit the upslope in the air, took all the speed off the disc, it counter skipped it, slowed it down and everything. So even though the birdies are coming for both Ezra and Gannon, Ben's also going to get his birdie with a tap-in putt. Well played for the 3 of them. Three-way tie at the top here with Ezra, Ben, and Calvin. Anthony right there, 1 shot back. Going into the 9th hole. Do you see what forehands coming? Backhands?
I think Simons and Isaac and Calvin could definitely throw the backhand turn.
Mm-hmm.
I know Calvin is. I know.
Well, you know Calvin, you know
is.
Isaac is. Does Simon go forehand?
I don't know. I think probably, yeah. But
No, he's got the backhand lined up.
he hasn't thrown. I thought it was strange that yesterday he was throwing all backhands on a lot of holes as well.
So he's going with an overstable sharp Anheuser, overturns it just a bit and ends up hitting some of the rough there at the corner, preventing him from getting a little bit closer. This is going very straight, but it skips out of the hazard. And does it sit down? Tries to.
It's good.
A lot of action on the green.
Yeah, we saw Simon go deep with the backhand. We should have known and make that crazy putt on the
Yeah,
second.
that's right. I like the height here for Calvin. I like it a lot.
Wow.
Great shot. That dude does not need a forehand.
Don't roll.
And it usually does. And, oh, man, Isaac's round just cannot get started.
Are you serious?
Okay.
Unbelievable. This is a putt you don't run unless you are 2 over par.
And you're sick of it. And you're just absolutely sick of it.
That's 100 feet.
That was sick. You're just fed up.
No.
Simon's like, can this putter stop rolling today? Just, what do I have to do to not have a 25 to 30 foot comebacker on every putting green?
He's definitely speaking German to himself.
Yeah.
After that one.
Too many people that can hear me. Yeah.
Good putt. A lot of good putts for par.
Yeah. Shaking of the head is an international language for stop this.
And AB.
Uncomfortable there. Yeah, there's a lot of things. He wasn't able to get his traditional stance and clearly affected him.
Yeah, maybe needs to go to the straddle there.
It's a big miss. It's going to drop him 2 shots behind Calvin with 9 holes to go.
At only 1 under, I think you've got to feel like you're getting away with something.
I mean, Isaac is still in the top 10, 2 over in the front 9. If that tells you anything about the conditions here, that's just
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it to be the worst day as far as the wind, and it is just pummeling so many people. But it's not pummeling Ezra. It looks like Ben Calloway right there in the mix. James Proctor shooting 7 under right now. He's through 17.
Burr.
And we saw, Gannon obviously out there doing great things, but we saw a hot round from Adam Hammis shooting 10 under, jumping up like 40-something spots to get into the cash. And Matt Oram with his 11 under, matching course record. And I just can't imagine anyone's going to beat that score today. So 11 under is going to be the course record for this new layout here, Jonesboro.
No, I think you're 100% right. I think it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. It already is.
We got a lot of players on lead and chase card that are in the mix. It's going to be an exciting 9 holes. Thank you, Founders Club, for being our lifeline here at JomezPro. We appreciate you. We'll see you for the final 9 in just a moment.